Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube, and in today's video, folks, we're going to be kind of talking about some of the latest and greatest crypto news, what's going on, and let's get into this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day wherever you are at in the world. We'll start off here with the cryptocurrency market cap. We are inching back up to this $1 trillion level, so that is kind of cool. And let's just take a look at some of the top gainers and losers of today. We can see that Metaxa, I don't know how to pronounce this, but this thing's up 695%. Off $487,000 worth of volume. So these are all very, very low volume cryptocurrency projects for the most part, with the exception of YFII. There's 328 mil. That thing's up 110x. So that is crazy. Of course, you guys can see some of the bigger losers here are just some of these little scam projects that we've just never really ever heard of. So there's a lot of interesting stuff here. A lot of low volume pumping, stuff like that going on today. Former crypto billionaire insists that Bitcoin will soar to $250,000 within the next 18 months. Now, I don't think that we got to really open up the article to get the gist of what is going on here with this article. So we are looking at a Bitcoin chart. I do have a weekly chart pulled up, but I'm thinking that whatever this billionaire's name is, I've seen the face, I couldn't tell you his name, because I don't care. And we can see that he's probably looking at some sort of Bitcoin growth curve or something of that nature. And if we just go ahead and look at where Bitcoin is at currently, we are really underneath this growth curve, tangled up on this 250-day moving average, or 200 moving average, excuse me. So when we just play like pretend here, and basically what I'm doing here is just extending out some of these growth curves, and we can kind of see that if Bitcoin comes bouncing back and really starts climbing up through these channels, you could see the argument that, hey, a $260,000 Bitcoin isn't out of the question. So I do tend to agree with this guy in some respects to that. And we could almost, just throw up some trend lines here as well. I mean, you could say that, okay, maybe 130 to 150,000. Maybe we'll get this gigantic squeeze up to this upper band that we never got the last time. So I think that when he's looking at, a chart such as this, I might also throw out there that, hey, there might be some sort of inverse head and shoulders to take us to those types of levels that might occur. And we'll look at some TA on CKB, ICP here in just a moment. But one other thing that I caught in the headlines were that hackers steal 100 milli from California cryptocurrency firm. Now, you guys have heard of Harmony? Looks like the attackers hacked one of the bridges. So this is a big problem in the cryptocurrency industry, and a $100 million lick is significant. So it is what it is. Hopefully this is one of those ethical hacks where the hacker exploited the problem and plans to give it back for some sort of reward. Oftentimes that is the case, but this doesn't really go on to say that there is some sort of reward being offered, but they do have the FBI in multiple security firms looking at this. So it is what it is. So that is not a good look for Harmony. And crypto miners, folks, I've got a ton of them sitting back here. Crypto miners are dumping their GPUs. Why? Well, these things take a lot of energy to run, and when we see that these crypto markets are in the slumps, it becomes no longer profitable for these miners to run this equipment unless they're going to spec mine, meaning that, hey, I'm going to take a little bit of a loss here because I know that the price is going to go up eventually. Now with myself, I'm running ASIC miners right now at a loss of 84 cents per day in total, or I should say 84 cents per day is what I am losing on my miners right now. But for me, I believe in the projects. It's important to secure the network, and the rewards are way up right now. So I'm mining at a slight loss, but I'm getting a significant amount of rewards. So I have a budget set for my crypto miners of $200 per month. And these ASIC miners, they basically mine at one flat rate the entire month. So whatever it is, I don't care. $200 a month is what I have set aside for my crypto mining operation. I don't care what the price is at. These things stay turned on. So it is what it is, and you might now be able to build up that PC or maybe upgrade your current mining rig that you already have. I do know that the last 2 years I've wanted to upgrade several of my computers, and I just couldn't justify dropping like $1,000 on some GPU that was like $200 from the store. And they've just been in such high demand that you just haven't been able to get them except for on the secondary market. So let's just take a look here at Bitcoin at a super high level. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these drawings. And what we can see here is that we are really just brushing up against this 200 moving average, folks. Nothing special about it. We've done this many times before. And one thing that I am loving about this current setup is the fact that we have the thinnest Ichimoku cloud on the weekly chart. And what does this mean? It means that it's going to be super easy for price to break through and hopefully set up some sort of bullish pattern to the upside. So hopefully we get a nice corrective wave like this that happens. If we see Bitcoin crest 150,000, 200,000, we are going to see massive FOMO enter this market. I can almost guarantee you that. And when I look at this and we think about the possibilities of some sort of inverse head and shoulders forming, you guys could kind of see how this might play out. So within the next 18 months, a $250,000 Bitcoin, like, I'm not going to call the guy crazy because I think it's possible. We've seen Bitcoin go from 4,000 up to 69,000 in the same time frame. So if we see this thing go from 20,000 to 200,000, it's really not that big of a deal to me. Let's just check out CKB really quick because CKB is my baby. And we'll just look at this here at a high level. Bear with me. One thing that's nice right now, I'm not sure what's going on with TradingView, but they must have did an update or something, and it just is completely messing with my charts. So one thing that I'm really digging about CKB right now is the price at 0.0036-ish, and the fact that on this weekly, we've got a very nice indecisive candle, almost like a spinning top. So we are way too far away from the Ichimoku cloud, extremely far away. And the fact that we're seeing this sentiment change, this is a good sign to see. Hopefully in the next week or two, we will see this symmetrical triangle form out, and then it's off to the races to the upside. That's just kind of what I'm hoping happens. So let's look at this on a daily. And I mean, man, this almost looks like some sort of ascending triangle that could be forming as well. So I do think that CKB, let's look at this on a 12-hour chart. Yeah, it almost looks like some sort of bull pennant here. So we do have this symmetrical triangle squeeze that is forming, which is known as a pennant. And we got a nice bull flagpole here. I wish that this pennant was up a little bit higher, but I do think that CKB right now is prepping to retest this 0.0046-ish level. And I do think that if it happens, we will see price hopefully sustain above this Ichimoku cloud and hopefully make a move to the upside. So to the downside, 0.0033-ish. If it drops below that, just kind of keep an eye on things. Let's check out ICP right now. Here is ICP trading at $6.12. And we are kind of seeing this little bit of this symmetrical triangle form as well. If we go off this wick there and just throw up some trend lines, you can kind of see that there is some sort of pattern forming out here. And I would suspect that within the next few days, we are going to see ICP possibly start climbing back up here. It would be nice to see. And let's just throw up a little Fibonacci to throw in some potential price points. Look for that $6.58 level, $7.19 level, $7.80 level, $8.66 level. Really, I'm going to be paying attention to this more so around the $7.86, the $8.66 level, and then this 127 and 161.8. So I'm hoping that we can get some upward momentum, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here, because we've got kind of a neckline forming to maybe possibly support that in a number of different ways. So we may see something like this. Bear with me. We may see something like this, where price just comes down here and then bounces. We may see even some sort of descending triangle form, something like that. Or we may see something like this occur, where price comes up like that and then maybe bounces. So that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking we could see CKB or ICP, start traveling in. So we're looking halfway decent right now. That's just my opinion on things. So really, it is what it is. You definitely need to use sound judgment playing this game. You got to think, is this some sort of bull trap that the whales are deploying on retail? Well, it could be. So we've seen a lot of buyouts, things like that happen in the last few days. So it's really kind of been a mess in crypto. Are we ready to go back on the up and up? Well, that's anybody's guess. So check out the end screens, folks, and we will see you guys all in the next video.